Hey there, my dearest Geminis. Happy October. I hope you're all well, happy, healthy, wealthy, and abundant. So, today we're going to look at October for your sign, see if there's anything you need to be aware of, what's going on with you. I'm going to begin with this Witch's Wisdom Oracle, being that we're getting into spooky season. Get an overall energy for your reading. See what's going on from my Geminis. That one was kind of aggressive. Alright, I'm going to read from the book on this one. It's High Priestess, High Priest, Responsibility. So, I had to get my glasses on. Let me find it in the book here. Okay. So, it's not enough to seek power. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's not enough to seek power for power's sake. You must accept the responsibility that comes with it. All good witches know that consequences are attached to any magical workings they may undertake. The universal law of cause and effect is the law of three in its purest form. If we perform an action that causes a result, then that result further causes an effect that goes on to influence all of creation in some way. The priestess or priest acts as a spiritual guide to coven members, overseeing rituals, training their witches, making sure that all they do when they come together is done in reverence and with integrity. Responsibilities accompanies the high priestess or priest to remind you to undertake a deep awareness of the possible effects of all things as a result of your thoughts, words, and actions. Whether you are a member of a coven or choose to work alone, set yourself as the high priest or priestess and treat all that you do with respect. Interesting. So, what I'm getting from that is there might be some kind of internal knowing about something, like what should you do, and doing it with a sense of responsibility. Thinking about how that next move is going to overflow into everybody else that it reaches, like taking that power. Like they say, the head that wears the crown is always the heaviest. So it could be a heavy responsibility to do the right thing. Now, at the split, we have the King of Cups and the Eight of Coins. So you could be working on maybe balancing your emotions, putting work into a relationship, setting some kind of intention in love. I did see the Two of Wands behind it, so you could be sitting at a crossroads right now, trying to figure out how to move like a high priest or a priestess, right? Like the next move you make, making it with the responsibility of doing no harm or doing good to all involved, kind of thing. But let's see how this goes. If you don't like the shuffling, you can always fast forward a little bit. The Eight of Pentacles again. Okay. Alright, so at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups. So I feel like this has to do with some kind of love offer, Maybe one was made to you. Maybe you're thinking about making one to somebody else, but trying to do it. Um, that's weird. I put these cards in upright every time, but for some reason the hangman is in reverse. So maybe you're coming out of a place of stagnancy and bringing in some kind of offer, or some situation in your life is coming out of stagnancy, um, with two solid, stable offers, right? Now, aces can be like a new beginning or just a beginning in general. So we will see. Set this over here. All right, so in your main energy, I see strength, right? This is you sitting in a place of taming that ego, because the ego doesn't think like the high priest or priestess. The ego will tell you, do what's best for you. And yes, of course, you always want to do what's best for you, but from an ego standpoint, it's like you don't care who gets hurt in the process, right? With strength, it's like a humble, you come from a humble place. You're humbling that beast inside that wants to be all about self, making the decision that's only right for you, not caring about who is involved or whatever. But with the strength card, it's like kind of the same, of finding that humble place within yourself to think of everybody involved. Now, what's crossing you is the Seven of Wands. This could mean is like, remember how far you've come. Don't let people put their opinions into what you believe to be true. Know how far that you've come or stood up against all of the obstacles in your way. Now, remember I said I saw the Two of Wands. Well, this is this man grabbing this wand and doing things from a place of knowing that he's thought about all of the other possibilities or whatever that could get in the way, but still standing on business, right? Like, I'm taking this one and I'm doing what's best for me, but I'm also thinking about all the people that might be involved. Now, in the past, there was some kind of slow moving energy, and this could have been like a connection that you were in. It just was very slow, never really got there. It just was putting in the effort, a little bit here, a little bit there. But the one thing about the Knight of Coins, it's the one that usually hits the mark in the end. Um, I get lots of Virgo energy here with the 7, the 8, and the Knight. Now, in your soul space, we've got the Lovers, and Lovers do indicate some kind of choice, decision, and love. Um, I feel that your soul is guiding you towards a certain connection. Your heart space could be starting to illuminate an answer towards you. Um, but it's like, should I or shouldn't I? Should I approach this? Should I not? And in your head space, you're willing to put in the work towards it. Um, Either that, or you're looking at the love choice as somebody that's put in a lot of work on trying to get this going. It could also mean that your soul is leading you towards something that you love and you're willing to invest into that. And it doesn't have to be a love situation. I'm just seeing a lot of love here, right? Intuitively, I feel that you know the answers that you're seeking, and you're moving according to what your soul is leading you towards. Now, with the moon in the future, you could be dealing with the Pisces. We've also got Leo and Gemini. But this is a very card of like unsure of the outcome. The outcome really is dependent, especially if it's in love, like you're not sure where it's going to go. You don't know the right way to get it to work, or you never know, like when you get into a connection, if it's going to succeed or it's going to fail. So it's like trying to stay balanced and not like let the illusions lead you in the wrong direction. It's like trusting your inner source to guide you, right? Even if you don't know the outcome of this, trying to let your intuition guide you in the dark almost. Now, I'm going to get some clarifiers on this and see what else we can get. Why is this Strength card here in the center of Gemini's reading? Okay. Okay, there's some move you want to make or some move that needs to be made, whether that be from a person or, but that's the one that this man's picking up, right? But it's also staying in a logical state, not letting the illusions or your ego. Kind of the Knight of Swords to me is that reckless, impulsive, like communicating before you, or like thinking about things before you communicate. They don't. They just rush in, rush out, and so it's like you want to make this move, but at the same time, you're not wanting to be impulsive. You're wanting to come from an analytical space. So you could be trying to figure out, like, not letting your ego have you move too fast, right? Coming from a logical state of, like, how is this going to affect everybody involved? What is the best option? How do I move forward? Because I feel like it's something, and that's three aces. You got the Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. It's like something you really want to go towards, but at the same time, maybe you're stuck in your head a little bit. You're trying to slow down that impulse to move too quickly, because there could be other people, situations involved in this, and you're like, when I make this decision, I'm going to make it from a place of logic and also, like not doing it just on an impulse. I'm going to do it from experience, and also whatever, to help avoid as many traps as possible. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now this could do with a past connection of your Six of Cups. Like you could be stuck in the memories of all of the good times you had with this person. And there's an opportunity that is being spoken about starting this again. And the King of Swords is here along with the Queen of Swords, so that means that the two of you are aligned. You're a divine match, right? And you both are heavily in your thoughts right now about each other, but I think what this is like combining the heart, which was the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is like that remembrance of all the good times you shared, how this person acted towards you, those things, and wanting to like make it start again, but also bringing your brain into it and being logical, not jumping in. When you do decide how you're going to move or when you're going to move, you're going to do it from a place of not ego, from heart and mind, right? Okay, now let's look at this past energy, this Knight of Coins. And there's that other ace. Okay. Okay. I think in the past you were confused about like the truth of this situation. That could have been why things were moving so slow. Now it could also be that this person wasn't sure how things would work out if the two of you got together. Like the outcome was unknown. Even though it does show like the Six of Wands, which is victory, success, and these two are in wedding outfits or whatever. So maybe in the recent past, you've kind of cleared, like you've had this aha moment. Something that once eluded you, the moon, not knowing where this would end up. It's like, you know what, this is my person. Or, like, I feel that this is going to be victorious. But also keeping it at, like, a very slow pace. Like, something could have slowed it down. But I do feel like something was communicated, or you just came to that realization, like, that's my person. Whereas before you were sitting in the moon of, I'm not sure if we could actually get this off of the ground or if this is meant for me. And I feel like some kind of truth came in, whether that be a conversation or like just an aha moment. Now, let me see what this Lovers is about. Okay, Page of Wands, Star, Seven of Wands. And again, that Seven of Wands showed up, and I see that you're making some kind of movement, or somebody's making some type of movement towards you, because either you or them believe that each other are your star, right? They're the person that's your wish fulfillment. They're the ones that bring in healing. They're the ones that bring in some sort of like destined fate, you know, that type of thing. But at the same time, when you make that decision to move forward, you're realizing like there may be some people that don't like it, or you know, that it doesn't sit well with. And so when you do make that move, you're going to have it clear in your mind how you're going to overcome the obstacles, right? That could be why you're sitting on this choice of, when am I going to pick up this wand, or when is this going to come into wish fulfillment. Or I feel like the both of you have kind of elevated to a place of, maybe that's why you've come to the realization of, like, when you hit that Six of Wands, it's like you realize, like, this is what I want, right? The Seven of Wands would be like protecting it and like going for it. Before the Six of Wands would be the Five of Wands. So there could have been a lot of conflict, people that did not want this to come together. You could have had a lot of fears. But when you get to the Seven of Wands, this is basically like preparing yourself, protecting the connection, protecting this victory that you now see. Then the Eight of Wands is the movement. So I do feel like it's been something that's kind of been in the process for a while. Okay. Now, the Eight of Pentacles is clarified by the Five of Swords, the Death card, and the Empress. So this could have come with a lot of conflict. Like I said, even with the Five of Wands, Five of Swords, it's change. Something could have happened, the conflict could have ensued after you realize, like, this is my person. Then conflict came out, fears came out, and the two of you may have gone in different directions, the Death card. With the Empress, this is like recognizing your worth and recognizing that the person attached to you is worth, like, having this come back from the grave, right? Like, even with the Six of Cups, it's a resurgence. And so it's like remembering who you are, remembering that you're worthy of this, remembering that this may have just been a season, like getting over the things that, you know, putting in the work to resolve the issues that caused the separation, and then moving forward confidently into the next space. Now, the moon has returned in the near future, so let's see what that is about. Like, what is this moon? So we have the Page of Swords, the Hangman, and the Devil. I feel that there is a resistance here. Somebody's holding back what they need to say because of fear. The fear of this moon. So I see things. I'm going to get one more clarifier on this one, because what happens after the Devil? Okay, Temperance. So that makes sense. Okay. So there could be a pause, right? Like, this starts leading towards a new beginning, but I feel a resistance, like somebody is holding back out of fear. But within time, you know, with this Temperance, things will be healed, things will be shown, things will be worked out. Now, that's like the devil and the angel on your shoulder, right? This could be a warning that if you come from a place of fear and you hold back out of fear instead of using that strength card to overcome that beast, right? There could be a lot of things that transpire, and then it's going to take longer because temperance is patience, right? So maybe if you start to see, like, you're set, like, this is what I'm going to do, this, and then the person attached to you all of a sudden pulls back, and it kind of triggers something within you that's like, oh, well, I thought we were all good. I thought everything was great. It's just like remembering some things take time, some things take patience. So, not to get like so discouraged in the moment of a pause, because I feel like there's been a few pauses here. Don't get discouraged in this. Just stay strong in what you believe. Um, and everything will be okay, because I do feel like this is divinely guided with this temperance. um yeah, I just feel like you're gonna have to overcome a lot of the devil. And this could be people talking stuff, or somebody pulling back their energy, which triggers you or triggers an abandonment wound. But either way, it pushes you into a state of healing. So, I mean, it looks really good. All the aces kind of threw me off a little bit in the near future, but that's only because I feel like some things do take time, and they take working through each other's different love languages, the way people act, the way people move. Because even the hangman was here. It's like an offer of love came in, and then there was a retreat to look at things differently, same as here. So it's like overcoming that with something solid, stable, secure. Like, there's pauses, because I think the both of you have been through a lot, and I'm sure there's going to be triggers along the way. But I'm going to pull some tea leaves, and I'm going to do it in two separate decks because your girl's hands are not that big. All right. Okay. Okay, so we have Mountain Road, which says you are on the road to success. So don't doubt that. We did have the Six of Wands, so definitely. Bird flying. News is on the way. That could be in the form of messages or just through birds themselves. Eagle. Triumph over troubles and obstacles. Rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over. Then we have Tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. That's that Knight of Pentacles. And then we've got Broken Ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. And we've definitely seen that back and forth. Um, we've seen it broken, and we've seen it come back together. So, but it could also mean that with the lovers, you've got to break away from one thing in order to have something else. Now, I'm going to close it out with some Moonology here. Card got stiff all of a sudden. Okay. So we have a new start is coming. Step out of your comfort zone, North Node, and then don't let your past hold you back. And that's kind of that devil to me, is like, don't let your past hold you back. Maybe look at what is your North Node. That would be your comfort zone, and then South Node would be like the overcoming of that fear. Don't let your past hold you back. So, anyways, I hope this helped, my dearest Geminis. These have been some interesting readings so far. I hope you have an amazing October. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.